Here we're going to show you how to create and monitor scenes. You can think of a scene as a group of devices set to go to a certain level of activity upon the command of a controller. For instance, let's say you want to watch a movie. You don't want all the lights on, that creates a glare on the screen. But at the same time, you don't want all the lights completely off. That state where only some of the lights are on and maybe they're only partially on, some of the lights are off, could be considered a scene. Let's get into how to create a scene. Select the Device Addition Change Removal icon here from the left. Then select the Scenes icon from the top. Make sure the Scenes field reads Create a New Scene. If it does not, simply use the drop-down menu. Enter a name for the scene that you want in the Scene Name field. For example, for that movie watching scene we were talking about earlier, you may want to name it Movie. This scene I will just name Test 1. Next, use the Controllers drop-down menu to select any controllers for the particular scene that you want. Any devices that have been added to the EZSrve network and are able to be controllers will show up here. Here I will select the keypad link. Next, select the unit that you want for this particular controller. For something like the keypad link, unit is analogous to button number. Think of it as the button that you will push on the controller to activate that particular scene. This obviously depends on how many buttons that particular controller has. Keypad link has 6 buttons. I will choose button number 3. So click Add to add the controller. And now it should show up here. And you can have multiple controllers for the scene. So you can have multiple controllers activating the exact same scene. Next, let's go over here to responders. Select any responders that you want for that particular scene from the drop-down Responders menu. For each responder, there are certain parameters that you can adjust. From the LD1 drop-down menu, you can set the level that that particular responder goes to upon scene activation. For something like a dimmer, I may want it to only go to 60% brightness. Using the LD2 pull-down menu, you can select the ramp rate. Think of the ramp rate as the time it takes the responder to reach the level that you designated in LD1 once the scene is activated. So for example, in this particular scene, when I press Unit 3 on the KPL, I would expect my dimmer 1 to go to 60% in 2 seconds. Click Add once you have put the responder in, and you will see the responder show up here. And notice you can have multiple responders, which is the power of the scenes. So for this particular scene, once I press Unit 3 on the KPL, I would have my dimmer go to 60% in 2 seconds, and I would have my on-off 3 go to 100% in 0.1 seconds. Once I have the number of controllers and responders that I want in this particular scene, click Save to save the scene. Click OK to confirm, and wait while the scene creation deletion is in progress. This may take a few minutes, and note that the more controllers and the more responders that you have, the longer it will take for it to save the scene, because it has to create insta-on links with both the controllers and between the responders. Once a scene has been saved successfully, you will see a Scene Saved Successfully message at the bottom. To monitor your scene, you can go to the Devices management button up at the top. As long as the responders that you have in your scene are in an area, you can monitor them. Responders in test 1, the scene test 1, happen to be in the office area. Now when I press Unit 3 on the KPL1, like so, you will see that the dimmer has gone to 60%, the on-off has gone to 100%. So that's how you know your scene is working. And obviously you can tell this by looking at the devices physically. If I press it again and wait for a refresh of the screen, like so, once the screen refreshes, it should show that both are off. And notice that both the dimmer and the on-off are off. So we see that our scene has taken, saved, and successfully activated.